Here's how I got my tattoo apprenticeship, some important tips and tricks that you should know if you want to get one yourself. Number one, I think it's really important that you go in person to the studio that you want to get an apprenticeship from. Going into a studio is not for the faint-hearted. You do face a lot of rejection. I don't know anyone that's managed to get an apprenticeship the first time they've ever been into a studio. I certainly didn't. I went all around Brighton. I work in Worthing for reference, but I went all around Brighton for a full day with one of my best friends. It was off. No, keep trying, you will get one in the end. And it just so happened that I got really lucky at the studio that I'm now based in. So when I went in, I just asked if they had any room for an apprentice, if they were looking for one, if they could look through my portfolio. The person who is now my mentor and one of the other artists in the shop decided to very kindly take some time out of their day to flick through my portfolio. I got some really good feedback. It was mainly positive, and the other people that had looked through my portfolio before, it was pretty positive, but I felt like because of all the rejections that I was getting, I was sort of doubting myself a little bit. I think that's kind of natural, to be honest. As artists, we tend to do that. But they gave me some really good feedback, and they basically said, we'll let you know, we've got 2 people on a trial at the moment, so if something goes up with one of them, then we'll let you know, we'll get in touch. So after about 2 weeks, I finally got an email, and I was actually in Poland at the time. I couldn't believe it. I was walking to the shopping centre and I started crying, which is quite funny. But they invited me back for a bit more of a formal interview. So I sat down with them, I sent my CV just to sort of gauge my background, and I have a background in marketing, so it comes in quite handy with obviously social media, although I've never done anything really like this before, but sort of marketing yourself and stuff like that. Then they just asked me what I was looking for, what I wanted to get out of it. Obviously, a tattoo artist, who doesn't want to do that if you're going for an apprenticeship, right? They said, we'll get back to you by the next day. So the next day was a Friday. I was just a ball of nerves, to be honest, waiting the whole day just to hear back. And I think it was after dinner that they got back to me and they said, you seem like a good fit, you seem like you've got the right mentality for it, the right kind of personality for it. So I screamed. That's how I got my apprenticeship, and then I started the next week. So it was a very quick turnaround because I'd actually been fired from my job before. That's a whole other story, not corporate. But I started the next week, and it's been, God, 2 months. When did I start? May, June, July. So it's been 2 and a bit months. I go in 3 days a week. I have a lot of fun. So if you've got any more questions for me about becoming an apprentice, about portfolio things, about studio life, the kind of things that we get up to behind the scenes, the responsibilities, anything like that, just drop it in the comments and I will try my best to make some more videos. And